Let's talk about it. Come on and shout it. I talk, you talk, we talk. Women talk life. It ain't no surprise. Baby, you could see if you would open up your eyes. You won't understand if you can't open up your mind. So let's stop wasting time when women talk live.
And welcome to another episode of Women's Talk Live Overnights. I'm your girl, April J.
I'm your girl, SassyScribe.
And this is Elle Boogie.
Kale's in her brand new restaurant, so yay!
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, we're gonna actually go down there and film live. So
yes, and eat
for that.
good.
Yeah,
And I can't wait.
I can't wait. Can't wait for the sticky wings.
Oh, yep.
The sticky rings, the cauliflower rice. I mean,
yeah, right.
We're here for all of it. It's gonna be nice. We'll show you the spread.
Exactly.
The slamming, as my little nephew say. I want some slam.
All right. So today we are doing hot topics. So these are things that has happened, throughout the course of the couple of weeks. Things have been going on. Things have been happening. So we're just gonna kind of indulge into that. But I wanted to kind of do a little different with the today's facts. So I am actually doing some history facts today. So
okay. All right.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. So this one is from ancient Egypt. Long before modern pregnancy tests, the ancient Egyptian had their own surprising methods. Around 1350 BC, women were told to urinate on a bag of barley and wheat seeds. Now, if the grain sprouted quickly, it meant that they were pregnant. And whichever grain grew first supposedly revealed the baby's sex. Now, amazingly, in a 1963 study, it found that the test was right about 70% of the time.
What?
Yes. And scientists now think that estrogen in early pregnancy helped the seeds grow faster, and versions of the barley and wheat test lingered for centuries, appearing in Greek, Roman, and even 17th century European traditions.
Wow.
70%.
That's new. I mean, I like learning new stuff. That's different.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
When you go to when you get a pregnancy test now, they can tell that you're pregnant by like a week just based on the HCG, I believe it is, in your urine at the time. So you can always. Right. But you know what? Do you have one about hair, April, before I go there?
I don't. These were ones that I see because I normally have like history facts emailed to me because certain things I don't know. And then I was just like, hey, this would be interesting to share. So I don't have one, but I'll see if I can find one.
Well, no, I was going to say my grandmother, God rest her soul. My grandmother used to say she would comb her hair and she would take her hair and she would burn it, but she wouldn't like throw it out. And I would ask her why. And she said, because if a bird got your hair and made a nest with it, it could drive you crazy.
Give you a headache.
Yeah. And so I never really thought about that until I got older. And you realize how much of you and everything that you've done in your life is contained in the essence of a shaft of hair.
Right.
It made me realize, like, even from back then, they didn't know or understand the method, but the significance of what our hair holds for us was crazy. Like, you can, everything. Like, if you snip down here, you'll find everything I did from 30 years ago, in my hair or in your hair. So, yeah.
Okay.
And, right.
I remember a hairdresser telling me that. When she had cut my hair, I was like, just throw it in the trash. She said, no, we got to dispose of it a certain way.
Yeah,
she said, because if a bird gets it and makes a nest, you'll end up getting headaches and stuff. And I was like, there they go with them crazy old sayings and whatnot. But
Yeah,
it's
hey,
true.
a lot of them are true. A lot of them are true. All right, so the next one has to do with noon and
Penis.
midnight. No, see, there you go. Nah, I didn't do it. Fortunately, I didn't do any of that. No. This has to do with noon. So, did you know the word noon didn't always mean 12 o'clock? It actually came from the Latin nona, or ninth hour, which originally referred to the ninth hour after sunrise, around 3 p.m.
Ooh.
So fasting monks wanted their midday meal sooner. So as the prayer hour inched earlier, the meaning of noon shifted back in time. And then by the 14th century, noon finally landed where we use it today, high noon or midday, when the sun is highest in the sky.
At
Wow.
12 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay.
Look, that's why they do that damn daylight saving time. Stop moving shit around.
Oh, I hate that. I wish. Hey, listen, can we please get rid of that?
Yes.
I hate it. I hate that it gets dark early. Hate it.
But wait a minute. It's
Time
getting
is a
dark
time.
early.
Leave
Is
it
that
alone.
not the rotation of the sun?
Yeah, what
Is
is you
that
doing?
not the rotation? Whether they change it forward, backwards, it's still going to get dark early because of the rotation of Earth around the
I
sun.
I get it, but it wasn't getting dark until like I can take 6:36, but it gets dark right at 5.
Yeah,
It's
but that
ruining
ain't
my
got nothing to do with
circadian
the
rhythm.
time. That's to do with the evolution, the revolutions of us going around the sun. That's a
Yes.
scientific thing. We can't control, unlike a lot of
Thank
MAGA
you.
people believe that we control the weather by zapping shit up into the sky to
Oh no,
make
no, no.
hurricanes and all
Trust
that
and
stuff.
Yeah.
believe. Trust and believe that shit's real. That shit's real. Factual. You can
Even
go
even
find.
wait a minute,
Look at
even if it's
Dubai.
real,
Look
even
at
if
what
it's
happened in
real,
Dubai.
they can't make the earth spin
Oh, no,
faster.
they can't do that.
They can't do that. So
Mhm.
the revolutions around the sun is going to happen whether it's daylight saving times or not. I know governments, whether it's foreign or domestic, do a lot of shady shit. But I get you because at 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm ready to put my pajamas on and never leave the house again until the next day.
Now, I will say this. When we were in daylight savings time and I did go overseas, over Africa, it didn't get dark. It didn't get dark till 7:30.
Mhm.
Yeah, but don't
Still.
they have? But are they below? Was that below the equator? The what is it that
Well,
line of demarcation?
depending on our time, they're like 8 or 9 hours ahead. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that has to do probably where they are. But I just remember it didn't get dark until then.
Okay.
So I don't know. Either way,
Leave time alone. Let the sun set when it's gonna set. Let your body go around the earth like it's supposed to, around the sun like it's supposed to, and stop moving stuff around,
yeah.
messing up my
Well,
sleep, my circadian rhythm. Then I'm
well,
irritable.
my sleep has been off since I've been taking, like, trying not to, but I've been taking a sleep aid to help me stay asleep all night.
Hmm.
Because if I go to bed at 9 o'clock, I'm up at 1 o'clock. If I go to bed at 1 o'clock, I'm up at 3 o'clock. If I go to bed at 9 o'clock, I'm up at 3 o'clock. I'm not sleeping all night long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not
So
restfully.
right now, I've been up since 3:48.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I'm trying to develop
Yesterday it was 2:12, and I
I'm
was up
trying
all day.
I'm trying to develop a yoni steam for that because that's my problem. But we'll see. Keep you posted. All right.
Yeah.
So last one. This goes back to Cleopatra. So we're going back to Egyptian culture. So Cleopatra and Mark Antony had reputations that may kind of tangle in scandal, propaganda, but for some wise tale, these are true. But the couple formed an exclusive drinking club called the Inimitable Livers, which is gathering. They gathered each night in Alexandria for feasting, games, and outrageous pranks, and sometimes they disguised themselves as servants to play jokes on the local. And when their fortunes faded after losing to Rome, the club transformed into the Sober Society of Partners in Death. And these parties continue just under a darker name.
The Illuminati?
Are
Probably.
you said they drank
Skull and
liver?
Bones? Like what?
Mm, I,
I
You know
didn't
what?
hear nothing else.
I don't
You
know.
said they drank liver.
After
what's that?
I said I didn't hear nothing else after you said they drank liver or something.
No. It was they would get together and they would feast, play games, drink, and play pranks
Oh,
on each other. And then they would dress up as servants and play jokes on like the local people. So, after the Egypt fell to Rome, then they transformed it to societies of partners in death, and they continue the same thing but just under a darker name. So they were doing all kinds of wild shit back then. So
kind of shit they doing today.
basically. All right, so we're gonna get
And I
into.
remember what it was that I wanted to tell y'all.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So let's get into our hot topics. So, Sassy, what we got?
ooh. We got listen. And even as we're doing this, there's even more hot topics that are coming through. But one of the ones that I definitely want to talk about it, and I don't know if it's been in your social media feeds, but it was definitely in my social media feeds, was the young mother from Chicago
Mm-hmm.
whose children were bullied. Her son specifically was being bullied.
Mm-hmm.
And she reached out to the school. Of course, we all know if we've ever had children in school, then you reach out to the school. Sometimes as a parent, you got to take matters into your own hands because there's only so much really the school will do and can do.
Yeah.
So her son had been complaining that older kids, now mind you, older kids, middle school, which is the worst time period for adolescents.
Right.
Their brains still haven't developed. They're cocky. They think they know every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're willing to burn the world down to prove their fucking point.
Right.
And this group of teenagers or preteens, because middle school is preteen, right? 13, 12,
Yeah.
13. Yeah, teen. They decided that when the mother went up to the school to pick her children up to walk them home to protect them, they were jumped by a bunch of middle schoolers.
What?
And she was pregnant, wasn't she?
She wasn't pregnant. She had lupus. She has
Okay.
lupus, so that's where the bloating from
The
her
ball. Okay.
abdomen, comes from. But the fact that she was 33 or is 33 years old, and her child, I believe, was like 9, and that they got jumped, and the amount of injuries that her and her one child sustained was they needed to be hospitalized for it because they were in severe condition. But the parents of these little motherfuckers.
Mm.
And this is where you know the apple fell at the bottom of that fucking tree and planted roots.
Yeah.
Because the parents are not holding their children accountable.
What?
And that one little bitch, I called her ass a little bitch. I'm a straight A student. No, I don't care. Because a straight A student would know better. A straight A student would know right from wrong. But for the parents to not I'm gonna tell you some good shit. Y'all might as well have locked Sassy up a long time ago. If that had been one of my children or my child, I would have knocked their fucking heads off right on national TV.
Let me tell you.
I'd have picked up
that mother did that black boy at
and knocked all
Mondawmin.
the other kids down.
But wait a minute, like that mother did that black boy at Mondawmin when she seen him doing that mob thing and she got his ass off the bus and knocked the living shit out of him. These parents are so hell bent. I'm not gonna say all of them, some of them. And the ones that we saw related to this incident are more concerned about being their children's friend and advocating for them instead of saying that what they did was wrong. Right. I didn't raise them this way. And then you give them that look like we're going to have a come to Jesus moment when we get to the house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No,
I can't get your shit right now. But
yeah, no, my kids were terrified. If they did something in school, they would beg. Well, not my oldest. My oldest so much she did what she was supposed to in school, but she was still terrified. But my youngest, oh my God, Lord Jesus, I have spent a couple of days, few days, and she would beg them, please don't call my
You call
mom.
my mother.
Please don't call my mom. Can you call my dad? Don't call my mom. And I'm like, so when she would see me walk in there, she'd be like sitting there and she would just immediately bust out crying. Bust out crying. Because she knew I didn't play that. And they to
I
this
think a
day,
healthy
they
dose
know
of
I don't play
fear.
that.
I think a healthy dose of fear of your parents and
Mm-hmm.
their reactions to your and actions to your consequences. I think, to me, I think is good. Whether
Yeah,
you have
of
boys or
course.
girls, because I look at like how my nephews tested my brother-in-law when him and my sister got married. And
Mm.
my father married my mother with 3 kids, right? And he said, all you gotta do is cave his chest in one time and knock the wind out of him.
Oh yeah,
Let them know I'm clothing you, I'm housing you, I'm feeding you. Whether
exactly.
I'm your biological or not, there's a certain level of respect that you're gonna give me. But these parents, and I really see, God, I hate to say it because it's gonna sound so negative between them black folks and them YNs. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm,
It's a different. What Crick said,
yes.
you got Chris Rock said, you got black folks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you
Yes.
can you can clearly see the difference. Now, just because they were on they're from like the South Side of Chicago doesn't mean shit because the greatest
Mhm.
president and first lady were from the South Side of Chicago. So
Right.
that really doesn't mean anything. But this was heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was heartbreaking to watch. So that's just our
I think
people. We
that
we want we want respect, but then we do shit
Mm-hmm.
that solidifies the stereotype, and that's what
Right.
pisses me off.
Well, I want to address that part too, because I don't think that those individuals speak for the collective. Like, we have
Right,
to stop believing that just because this component of our demographic act in a certain way, that it speaks for all of us. That is not the case, because they only show you what they want to show you. So we're far better than what they show or what they allow. But I also think that there has to be a certain level, not just fear, but respect from shame. Like, we kids don't have that no more. Like, you can look at people don't have that anymore. Like, I remember
right.
when, you would be doing something and they call you out, or, hey, aren't you Deborah's daughter? Or, aren't you this person's person? Yeah. Like, and then you have to bear that. Like, you don't want to shame your family. So you don't want to embarrass your family. So you act a certain way because you understood there were consequences for actions. And now, ever since that YOLO and do me and, all of that, nobody cares anymore. And it's so, this
It's
generation
almost
coming up,
embedded in this generation. It's almost
Okay.
they
like
like
embedded
pharaoh.
in this
So
That's
generation.
the best way I
let me say this. Fuck that. I was terrified of my mother. Okay?
Me,
I was I was terrified. I mean, of
what?
my grandparents. I got hit with my grandfather's cane one time, and that's all he had to do. I was done. I was like, oh hell no, This man walking around with a cane. I'm not fucking with him.
Mm-mm,
But no,
mm-mm.
Yes.
and it's not that, like, even to this day, like my oldest daughter, she don't live with me. But if I send her a text, call me. The first thing she responds back, am I in trouble? And I
Well,
have to say no. I just
no.
need to talk to you. Call me. So it's like, but it's like, even like with my mom, like I often refer to my mom as the pastor. First thing
Mhm.
I say, listen, I don't need to be out here in these streets and the pastor find out
For
what I'm
real.
doing in these streets. Cause I'm still to this day, I'm scared of my mother. So I mean,
Listen, I messed up so diabolically this month with something that could financially impact my mom that I'm scared to even tell her. So I'm gonna try and fix it tomorrow. I'm gonna
I
try and
hope she
fix it
don't listen to this
tomorrow.
podcast.
My
But
mother will never listen to this podcast because she don't know how to operate the internet.
oh,
She
that sound
doesn't
like my
text,
mother.
and she
That
still
sound
got a
like my
flip
mother.
phone, and she does not text. So she won't see it. But I already told my sisters. I told my sisters and my brothers what I did, and it I was supposed to pay a bill and I forgot. It like It literally slipped my mind because I was supposed to pay it on the first, and the first was on a Saturday. So I was like, I'll do it Monday. But Monday I started working,
Right.
and now it's just anyway. But at 58, I'm still like, how I'm gonna tell this woman she
Mhm.
gonna lay my ass out. I mean,
Oh,
I can hear it. I
yeah.
can hear it. I can hear it. So
Yeah.
I don't think, again, I don't think that the kids have this have any fear. Even at our age, we have a certain level of respect and
Mm.
things that we won't say. Like as much as I cuss like a sailor, you would never hear me saying it
Oh
in
no. Oh
in front of
no.
my mother
Mm-mm.
or my aunts
Yeah, no. Yeah,
because all of my
that's
uncles are gone. But
right.
no,
No. Even my kids, I don't allow them to cuss in front of me because I
no.
tell them plain, I don't cuss in front of my own mother or my father. But
Mhm.
and you're not going to do it in front of me. And even like I know I was in the laundry room washing clothes and I think my
Mhm.
daughter didn't know I was back there. And she was on her little gaming, whatever. And she's like cutting. I was like, hey, language. She was like, oh, I didn't know you were back there. I didn't know you were back there. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna teach you the same way I was
Yeah.
brought up. Now, granted, there were a lot of things that, you know, my mom did that I'm like, okay, no, I'm a little different. I parent a little different, but
Mhm.
still the same concept of respect. Like to this day, they know when they see an elderly person, or even my parents, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. And that's me. But these days,
and and
they
they
want
address them by Mr. and Miss, not by first name. Don't
to
introduce your
exactly.
child to me as this is Sassy. No, it's Miss Sassy today.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
And that's how but the thing is, I think when you have um what the mother who is in their 20s and maybe the grandmother who's in their 30s, I don't know, it's just like it's different. It's very different from when we were growing up. A
Yeah.
lot of things. And I'm not saying that it's all parents because it isn't all parents. But for the most part, it irritates my soul. But when I when I go to see some of these things, and I'm sitting there like, it's no way in hell I could get away with that. It's no way
Listen,
in hell I would allow my daughters to get away with that.
the first time I heard my great nephew cuss in front of my sister, I looked at her, I was like, bitch, what?
Yes,
And she was like, well, he 20. I don't give a shit. I
exactly.
don't. I said, you know what? I don't want him cussing. And then he did it in front of my mother.
Oh,
Ooh.
It was like, he said something about
Yo,
fuck
we
motherfucker,
always
something
like,
like that.
ooh.
And I looked at my sister, I was like, time the fuck out. Like,
mm,
what are you doing? We were raised by the same woman, but
right,
you can clearly see everything didn't,
right.
certain things are good.
Register.
Like my niece Morgan just turned what, 33? We were on a call the other night and she was like, I don't give a damn. And everybody on the phone was like, what did you just say?
Mm,
I'm sorry, y'all. It just kind of slipped. I
mm-mm.
said it's been
Yo,
slipping a lot lately. It's been slipping a
y'all
lot
know that
lately.
I teach little kids how to cook in the evenings. So
Mm,
one of the schools that
Oh,
I went to, they are second and third graders.
oh,
okay.
jeez.
And
Telling
yo,
family secrets. I
I
love it.
cannot make this up. I go in and the little kids are asking me, like, how did you learn to cook? You know, traditional questions. What do you do? And so I told the little kids what I did. And the little boy looks at me and he says, oh, you a bad bitch.
Oh,
What?
What did
what?
you just say to me? I said, don't you ever talk to me like that again. Do you understand me? Don't you ever say that word. I'm like, where is the damn teacher's aide? Like, who do you belong to? Like, I need to make a report or something. And he
Wow.
said, he was like, he didn't think he did anything wrong. He was like, that's good. Like, he tried to explain to me, kids explain that
Uh,
being a bad bitch is good. I'm like, please stop saying that word. I was
uh,
like,
But that's what
what is
he's hearing at home. That is what he's
and
hearing
what's
at
yes,
his
home. That
and
acceptance?
allowing
conversation.
him to say that. It was, yo, when I say I was stuck on stupid for like 3 seconds, I was like, don't you ever talk to me like that again. Do you understand?
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
the next thing I know
Mm,
we're gonna gloss over this real quick because this bitch don't mean shit to me.
okay.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene retired 2 days after her pension kicked in. We
Of
still don't
course.
trust her.
Won't he do
So
it?
She can kind of like kick rocks. But
Yes.
the other thing, and I think I forgot to put this in our show notes, is the Department of Education and their removal of the majority of professions dominated by women, particularly women and women of color, and removing them as professional designations. I'm going to read them to those who may not know. Effective, but this isn't until July of next year, and hopefully by November we can get rid of these bastards.
Right.
But nursing, physician assistants, physical therapists, audiologists, architects, accountants, educators, and social workers. Now, architects and accountants, we're going to remove those, but the rest of those people are all mandated to report on abuse. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so.
That's weird. Like, yeah,
I don't
that's
think it's
weird.
weird. I think we have an administration of mediocre white men
Yeah.
who are constantly intimidated and fear educated women, especially educated black women, right?
Yeah.
Be
So
afraid.
we remove the power of the black dollar by firing over 300,000 African Americans out of the government, particularly female. We reduce this, making it not a professional career. So now I just paid a school $40,000 for a nursing degree, right? That you said was a professional degree, but
Right.
now is worth dust. So who do I pay back? Because I ain't paying shit. That student loan gonna follow me to my grave. People aren't mad enough. Let me correct myself. White people aren't mad enough.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't mad enough. It hasn't really hit y'all. Y'all will put your little MAGA hat on backwards and still stand in the food bank line and come 2026 vote for these bastards again.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
We
y'all
saw.
y'all aren't mad enough because you're not seeing your own
Yeah.
suffering. And
Right.
you're still not understanding why we're not saying anything, even though we've lost these jobs and the credibility of this
Yeah.
administration has just cheapened the United States across the world, you know? And I just don't think that they're mad enough. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
off my
that's a
soapbox. But
No,
I mean,
I mean
who
fair
who
that's
helped
perspective.
us
They don't
during COVID?
seem
It was nurses. It was doctors.
nurses.
It was
yes,
Exactly.
physician assistants. It was
Exactly.
social workers. Believe it or not,
yes.
with all of the
Well,
shit
if
that
you're
was
getting
going
rid of
on.
social services, you don't need social workers. So
Well, then
if
you need
that's
to
the
get rid of
case,
hospitals too. So you don't need
no,
Right.
I'm
nurses. You
just
don't.
saying, like their mentality is if they don't want anybody to have any of the services, but then I don't think people, they took civics class out of the educational process. And I
Over
really
50
don't
years
think
ago, and it needs to be
that
back.
people understand the fact that the same people who are denying you benefits and who are saying that you don't deserve this or it's not needed have full benefits, receive pensions, have daily per diems that they use for lunch, which I think is about 100 and something dollars a day, that they
Yes.
get to just spend on breakfast, lunch, or dinner wherever they choose to go, that they have health care that is far superior to anything that's offered through, regular Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, disability, things of that nature. So you're looking at people who've worked what, less than 60 days, less than 30 days this year, but receive full salaries. Even when the government
Mm-hmm.
was shut down, they got their
Yep.
money. So
Yep.
all of those things that they are denying you, they take for granted and don't tell you. So to me, I think that ever since this administration took over and heisted that election, I think that America has shown herself to be exactly what she is. Like
Yep.
when they talk about lifting
The
the skirt,
raggedy bitch that
raised
she
high,
is.
yes.
Yeah.
And when you talk about, the opportunities and the way they disparage other countries that are far superior than ours and the rate of education, the things that we're number one in is incarceration of per capita, infant mortality rates, the level of poverty, the disparity between those who have and those who have not. Those are the
Mhm.
things that America is great in. Those are the things that they want to return to. That's why they want kids to be able to work younger, because they're getting rid of all the immigrants. So now they want the kids to have to work to pay for their school lunch.
Mhm.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing any of those things. But I don't think that people are really aware. And then you keep people in such a struggle mode or a survival mode that they don't even get a chance to focus to find the real news that's going on, because the news isn't reporting the real shit that's going on.
But
So
Listen,
it's
I,
designed. It's
the
designed to do that. It's designed to
yeah.
be a society where you find over in certain cultures where there is no such thing as a middle class. It's either
Hmm.
it's
rich
either
or
upper
poor,
class or yeah, it's either rich or poor.
rich
So
or poor,
it everything that's being done is
it's
purposely being
classist.
done
It's a
because
Yeah.
yeah,
classist
yeah,
structure that
yes,
they're putting in place.
right. Yeah,
And
because at the end of
and
the day, it's what they set out to do is what
Hmm.
they're doing, and
and
that's
we're
what
not
makes
even a
me
year in. We're not a
right.
year in, and they're
Exactly.
like 3/4 of the way through Project 2025's manual.
Right. So I mean, it's like they'll throw you a bone, like because the holiday seasons is coming up and everybody's complaining about grocery prices. Now all of a sudden you want to lower
Make you a meal
tariffs,
for 40 for forty
and
dollars and
the
stuff.
only
Yeah,
thing people are going to see right away with tariffs being lowered is coffee's going to go down. Everything else going to take time. It ain't going to happen before
And if you have people
holidays.
listen,
paying
we got to
$5
understand
for this,
how dumb the
why would you
nation
not
is.
continue that? If I'm
The
charging
nation
you
is
five
dumb.
and you paying five,
Mhm.
why I gotta lower it back down? If you're paying five, why I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah, they don't do that. I don't know.
Exactly. But we have a
But I did
nation
wanna
full of, the nation is dumb. If you look at it, I know some of these things that we see, these clips that we see along social media, some of them are scripted clips. But the
Mhm.
ones that aren't scripted, when you see the mental gymnastics that these people literally go through to try to justify what they believe in,
Mhm.
it's really, not only is it sad, it's frightening as fuck.
Right, it
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
That
yeah.
you literally, like when they ask them, would you rather have Obamacare or the ACA? And they say the ACA, and you say, well, they're one and the same.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
it's like they get a brain freeze, like, wait a minute, what? I glitched.
Yep.
Let me restart my system so I can understand
Right.
what's going on.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't.
All
You guys
right.
Well,
are
hold on,
ridiculous.
because I
Y'all
did
just
wanna. I remember what it was I wanted to talk about, and I had to look
okay.
at my shirt in order to remind myself.
Okay.
Jamaica and Melissa. Did you guys see how those people in the resorts were acting from the States? You got people in Jamaica telling Americans, do not bring y'all black asses back down here. They were in the
What?
middle of one of the worst hurricane tropical storms they've ever had. And
Right.
people were complaining because they got bag lunch. And the people who worked in Jamaica was like, we don't even have food for our families. Like, this is the best we can do. You're in a situation of, we had a massive destructive thing happen, and you guys still want tea and crumpets and talking shit about the fact that you're getting a bag lunch. Don't come back to Jamaica. And I was like, I don't blame them. I think
No.
that's now, mind you, they were upset that they were still being charged full price, but that's something you work out on the back end. If you're in the middle of a national catastrophe, I think that you should understand that your kind of resort specials, your spa day might get canceled. And so they were online, like Jamaicans were online, livid, and I don't blame them. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, you
one
know what
love,
I
mom.
don't understand is that people. I saw a video clip of somebody saying, I travel with not only spending money for like eating, and I travel with extra money in the event shit happens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Right.
if I gotta get my ass home, if I gotta go to the hospital, I gotta have extra
Yeah.
money for that. And if
Right.
that takes up all of my money, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. And
Right.
Yep.
because I saw one the other day, this guy was saying, Americans, he said, Mama, you want to come to Colombia. He said, but you're not safe, Mama. You stay in the places where the cartels run. But the Airbnb is beautiful, but you're going to die. I was like,
Oh
and
wow.
he was telling you, I'm like, this is Americans in our privilege think we can go
Yep.
over to these different places, and that just because we're American, we can do A, B, and C. There was one that was bird watching, right? They were bird watching. I don't know if it was in Mexico, maybe it was in Cartagena or something. And the cartel came out like, you got 5 fucking seconds.
Oh
to
shit.
explain what you were doing. They was like, well, we was looking at this white-tailed dove, whatever the thing is. And the man was like, yeah, okay, 5 seconds. But white people, you want to explore. That's why people get mad at me. I don't need to see shit off the resort. I got a
That
swimming pool. I got a hot tub. I got a spa. I got a salt bath. I got
beat.
plenty of liquor and
Yeah.
food.
Hey, listen, that's
That's
all you need.
that's a vacation.
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we gonna end it there. We're probably gonna have to do another because we still had a lot of hot
Yeah,
topics
we
that
still
we
had a
could
lot of
get in.
hot
Yeah.
topics
Yeah.
to talk
Yeah.
about.
The
But we'll
world
be
is
able to
fizzled.
add to those because the
Right.
world is not stopping.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So our poll question last week was who do you think is the blame for the shutdown? This was based on our topic from last week for the government shutdown. And we have 52% blame the Republicans and 32% blame the Democrats.
You're
So,
fucking idiots. 32% of you are idiots.
yeah, they're probably the
Are
MAGA.
idiots.
Probably MAGA.
As KL said, you need a civics class.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So due to the tariffs and everything that's been going on, this week's poll is what is your spending habits for the upcoming holidays? So, we got Thanksgiving coming up and we got Christmas coming up. So let us know.
Can we just say one more thing? Because starting November 25th through December 5th, they're calling for the Melanated Collective. They're really calling for everybody, but they're calling us for not to spend any unnecessary spending, groceries, gas, your regular bills, but no Christmas shopping during any of these. That's why they're starting the Black Friday deals early because they know that people plan on not spending, especially between the 29th, 28th and December 2nd. But they're calling for 2 weeks to show them who has the power.
The power. Works for
I'm
me.
in.
Works
I'm
for
in.
me. All right.
All right.
So our final thought of the day. Life is not a fairy tale. If you lose your shoe at midnight, you're drunk.
And I've lost my shoe at midnight. Yeah. It's a story behind that. We'll
Yeah,
talk
we got to
offline.
hear about that.
There you go. Yeah, that's all right, y'all. This is April. This is Women's Talk Live overnight with your girl April J.
I'm SassyScribe.
And this is KL Boogie.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Women talk live.